On to week 2 of the offseason, the week 2 of year 2 offseason. And we got a couple big signings. We got Danielle Hunter going to the Bears, making a splash there. Isaiah Pacheco to the Lions. George Kittle staying in division to the Rams. So we got a lot of big-time players on the move. The Chicago Bears making a splash with Danielle Hunter. That's going to be huge. They're obviously piling up to make another run this next season. So we got Joe Tooney to the Carolina Panthers, Laramie Tunzel to the Patriots. So it's been a lot of big time moves. Wow, Dell dealt to the Texans in a blockbuster trade. Interesting. Why would he get rid of Tank Dell? So some of the players that have been signed, you see George Kittle. Wow, Mark Andrews. So the Lions, which is a user, making a lot of big splash plays. They brought in Isaiah Pacheco and Mark Andrews. Then we have, of course, we mentioned Danielle Hunter to the Bears. So there's been a lot of high-profile names on the move this free agency. So obviously, a lot of these guys in the league, they're not hesitating on pulling the trigger on spending big money in free agency. And as I've mentioned multiple times before in here during this rebuild, is that I'm the exact opposite when it comes to all of that. I like to build through the draft and develop that way. Trey McBride to the Eagles and Jalen Phillips went to the Titans. Wow, so the Titans making a bunch of big moves. Joey Bosa still available out there in free agency. Of course, we let go of AJ Cole. Damian Pierce is available. Tyrann Mathieu. Odafe Owe into the... Y'all heard me talk about that last episode. I was interested in Odafe Owe, but not at this point in time. He ended up going to the Panthers. And we got Cortland Sutton is still available out there, but he's 30 years old, so I could see a computer picking him up. Leo Chenal went to the Colts. So let me actually look at all the actual signings right quick and not who's available. So Trey McBride to the Eagles, Phillips, Titans, Dafe Owe, Panthers, Reed Blankenship to the Bears. The Bears are making a bunch of big moves. Jonnu Smith to the Giants. I know why he got him. And I see Christian Watson, the user who's over the 49ers, which is my boy Sean. But he has been like, Christian Watson has been his guy for like the last couple Maddens. So this is no shocker right here to me that he went out and got Christian Watson. 27 years old, still fairly young, but he's about that. He's on the cusp of being able or being downgraded, but he's still got that speed. So Panthers ended up getting Sam Williams as well. So they paired Odafe Owe and Sam Williams together. Evan Neal to Seahawks. That's a good pickup. It's always a good pickup when you get offensive line. So Channing Tindall to the 49ers. 49ers been making a bunch of moves. Keontae Scott to the Giants. Giants have been making a bunch of big moves as well. So that's about it of the free agent acquisitions. It's time to check out the mock draft. It's time to check out the final mock draft number 5 and see what we got. So they have Quinn Ewers projected to go to the Rams. We have Sonny Styles and Nick Martin projected to go back-to-back picks to the 49ers. Jacob Manu to the Commanders. Desmond Purnell to the Dolphins. Abdul Carter is projected to go to the Saints. Interesting right there, which he is, if I'm not mistaken, the way I made his draft class, he's the best available. So Reuben Bain Jr. to the Bucks, Corleone to the Vikings, Trey Moore to the Steelers. It's projected Nick Scorton to the Browns, Evan Stewart to the Packers, Anthony Hill Jr. to the Ravens, Ethan Burke to the Jags, Oscar Delp to the Broncos, Josh Connerly over here to the Texans. Let's see any other notable names that I noticed. We got Denver Harris projected to go to the Bills. Savanea, I don't know. Forgive me on the mispronunciation. We got Jam Miller projected to go to the Falcons. Nick Emanwari is projected to go to the Dolphins. Squirrel White to the Packers. Parker Brailsford to the Seahawks. So Seahawks making a play for a lot of offensive linemen. I see what they're doing. Smart man. If you want to win in these online leagues, you got to build through the line. So let me take a look at my roster right quick. I know I did that last episode, but I'm taking a closer look right now as we're looking. Because see, the last episode I checked my roster specifically to see if it was worth making moves through free agency. But now I'm doubling back. I'm doubling back right quick because after the mock draft and things of that, also before going into these pro days, before checking out these pro day results, I want to see who, not only see the last episode, it was to see if I could make a play for any of them guys in free agency, if it was worth bettering myself with some of the players available in free agency versus what I have on roster. Now I'm looking to see who can possibly be moved. Who can possibly be moved off this roster to make space for some of these rookies? So, of course, Kadarius Toney. Look, I don't know why I couldn't get his name on. Kadarius Toney is one that I've been eyeing possibly letting go. Let's see. I don't really need D-line like say so. Now this position, defensive tackle, because we got Christian Wilkins, who is 30 years old. Although he's a 91, he's 30 years old. So he's about to start coming down. And Devontae Wyatt is right around that same area. He's only a 76. He's 28. He's one of the faster D tackles at 80 speed, 90 acceleration. But we're gonna need to start building for the future. And Jonah, he can go. I got JJ Pegues, but he lost his dev trait, so I'm not even worried about Gregory. I think that's somebody the computer made me pick up. So might have to look into the draft, this coming draft, for some D tackles. Let's see. Can we better ourselves at middle linebacker? We still got Smile Munden and Bernie. I might can move off Bernie though. I might can move Bernie in a trade and bring in some draft capital or some draft prospects to replace him. So Byron Young, he's good, but the two behind him, those guys, they out of here. We can get them up out of here and we can get replacements through the draft, whether it's through the draft or post-draft free agency. So cornerbacks, I'm pretty set there. Safety, I'm pretty set. So now we're going to go ahead and check out the pro day results, but I'm going to say that for the next episode. We're going to go ahead and cut this one short right here. As always, if you're here for the first time or you're returning and you haven't liked or subscribed already, please do so. Click that notification tab so you can stay up to speed with not only this Raiders franchise rebuild, but other Madden 25 content as well. Again, I appreciate you all for tuning in. That's been my time. Till next time.